I just wanted to point out that this was inspired by Warren McGrew, so you can blame him. I was thinking of all my man puns. Uh-oh. So it seems like Calvinism is man-ergistic theology, man-centered. Like if you're a necessary being, like you had to exist from eternity. Think about that. Doesn't that seem man-centered? Like it seems like if God's eternal decree was that you were to be created and do exactly what you do. I mean, it must be nice always doing the ultimate will of God, no matter what you do. Whatever you do is God's will. What if you're wrong? Think of how man-centered that is. Seems like God says when you disobey him or you're in rebellion, you're actually thwarting his will, which is for you to do what he said, but then you don't. But then you come along and say, everything I do is actually God's ultimate will, which was decreed from eternity as far back as God can remember. I was necessary and I was going to do this thing, and that's God's ultimate will. Like, I think that's really man-centered. It's man-ergistic. It's a man-witch with extra man slathered with mayonnaise. It's so man-centered that if man was poisonous, you would be deceased. It's like it's man-ergism as opposed to synergism. It's man-centered theology in its highest order. I can't think of a more man-centered theology than if this man was always decreed necessarily to exist and to do exactly what he does, and what everything he does is the will of God, and it couldn't be otherwise. That's a man-witch with extra man. Don't hold the man, slathered with mayonnaise, man-ergism central, man-centered theology, I think. Man, and by the way, man. Did I mention it's man-centered? It's worse than synergism, I think. Oh, and did I mention it's man-centered?